What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh.
Period. Hey, y'all, it's De'Ara and Ken.
You know what? Alicia is trolling me because I'm a vlogger now. She keep calling me De'Ara. But you know what? Shout out to De'Ara, though. Because De'Ara, I feel like for like a younger generation that be needing ideas for stuff or they don't know about stuff, because I think since we're older, we experience a lot. But for people that's younger, like 21, 22, I have a conversation with somebody like that and they don't know anything. And it just really shocks me. So I'm like, her content is cool, like places to travel, things to do, just ideas on everything. I think it's cool. And I like how she edited her videos.
Yeah, I agree. And she's like the one thing for real, I would say her and Ken paved the way for all the influencing couples for sure. And the way they even handled the breakup, 10 out of 10. Like to me, in her words, to me, I feel like the way that they handle stuff, it just never got messy. I mean, it has gotten messy. Let's be clear, but it's just the way. When I look at one day I went down a rabbit hole of YouTube couples because I hated it at one point. I still do. De'Ara and Ken really beat me into submission in 2021, and they're gonna break up a year later. But when I look at some of the other couples, the kind of drama they be having, I'm like, oh, De'Ara and Ken, they had their cheating issues, but they never got like they was never doing reaction videos to the new girl. It was, anyway. But now De'Ara did her big one off of vlogging, man. I'm proud of them for real. All jokes aside, like they and Ken. I mean, I don't know what he got going on, but he did not have the same post breakup glow up.
I know that he's still doing like content. He's doing like know how them
not
boys
heavy.
Is doing
he's
like
not doing content
grooming
heavy
content, like
I did see
themselves
that.
Off and shit like that. But
and he look young, so he gonna always be able to capture that because he do not like his age, and he older than her. But anyways, so let's get right into the episode. We already had our little catch up. Mustard.
Oh my god.
Okay, so whose Black Business of the Week is it? Dang, I think it's mine.
Is it?
Let's see. Yes, you did, because you shouted out Rhea Davis last episode. She was on the Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Okay then. All right. So I want to shout out now. Y'all know my spiel. I have not serviced this business yet, but I will very soon. Okay, I booked my appointment already. But let me tell y'all one day. Okay, so for those who don't know, I am really big on DIY when it comes to hair, when it comes to house services, any repairs, whatever. Now, one thing that I have done several times is braided my own hair. I would do my own twists, my own braids, my own knotless, whatever. Now, it don't be perfect, but it be definitely good enough. It might not last 2-3 months, but it definitely do enough. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, there is a style that I want to do. And honestly, I would consider it like the modern day kinky twist. It's basically like 2-strand twist, but it uses like a certain texture of hair that makes it look like my natural hair. Basically, it's just twist, spring twist. But anyway, my biggest issue with braiding my own hair, y'all, is getting the parts to be perfect. And so basically I would like, it might look perfect in the front, but that back is spelling out them alphabets. It'd be a triangle, it'd be a square, it'd be an oval, it'd be a rhombus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it just be looking a mess. Now, the way I would cover that up is just by wearing my braids in a half up, half down, because the rest in the back would just hang down. Yeah. Anyway, I was on TikTok and I came across this girl called Cookie's Closet Hair. And y'all, why does this girl offer a service where she does the parting for you? And that's all. The whole appointment is her parting your hair. So basically, if she'll start the parts off, I'm gonna show you a picture. Like her video. She just literally does the hair. She starts it off and then you go home and you finish the rest. And so basically what I just showed Draco is a video of women who have a bunch of plaits all over their head, basically. But it's perfectly platted out. If you're a woman, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But all these people in these videos got to do is unravel those plaits and start braiding.
Interesting. That's a very interesting service. I ain't never heard of that.
Very niche. And she said the service is done in an hour. And they start at $35. If this ain't genius, I don't know what is. You get what I'm saying? And you can get small, medium, large, whatever. baby, the way I booked the appointment so quick. Normally, I need witnesses for a service, but listen. Oh, what's funny? I just went to her page, and now 2 more people I know follow her. Well, nobody I know following her at the time.
Oh
But
my
baby, the
God.
way I booked my appointment so goddamn fast. When I saw she was in Atlanta, it was a wrap because I'm about to do my own braids, and I really want them to last, and I wanted them to look neat. Now I know the braids themselves will look neat, but my parts ruin it every time. So we about to be up through there. So anyway, her Instagram is Cookies Closet Hair. It's Cookies spelled with a C, Closet spelled with a K. But as always, I'll have the information in the episode notes. She's located in Atlanta, but she also services DC and Chicago. And in her bio, she actually lists those dates that when she'll be in those cities. So keep a tab on her. But I thought that was genius. Like another thing that I love is my hairstylist, my natural hairstylist. She offers braid downs for wigs. Like she'll also install the wig, but she'll also do the braid down. And also another thing that I have a problem with, while I can braid, I can cornrow, I can't do it neat or flat or tight. So my wig might not lay as flat as I would like for it to do. But I go to her, she washes it, she washes it. Whoa! And she braids it down, and I can just throw a wig on and go on by my business.
Oh my God. See, you know what? The way the economy going right now, honestly, I need to learn how to do my own stuff. Little by little, I've been collecting stuff to do my own pedicures. I haven't bought a drill yet because I really do need that. But I have like the little cheese grater. I have the little pinchers to whatever they call it, the cuticle
Oh
pincher thing.
yeah, to clean up the. Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I have all that stuff. I have the little metal piece to clean under your nails. I just need to buy a drill, and then I need to buy one of those the thing where you put your feet in water.
Oh, I got one of them. Oh, I
Yeah,
love it real bad. So I went through my era of trying to do my own nails, but I ain't even bother with my feet. I just, you know what? I did try to do my feet, but my problem is I don't know how to paint. I don't know why they can paint your nails so good at the nail salon, but
see,
I
I ain't gonna
gave
put no
up.
paint on my toes. I just want to keep them
Yeah, nice
green.
and maintained. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely think you could do that. That foot soaker, 10 out of 10. Dear voice. Bible,
please,
Bible,
okay.
Bible, Bible.
Oh my God, baby, 10 out of
she
10.
she got that from me. Okay. Let's get into today's episode. All right, so first things first, let's get into shop talk. Y'all, we have had a lot of breakups in the industry, y'all. First starting off, I mean, I don't even know who started it off, but one that I can recall was Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. Now, I feel like we might have touched on this the last episode. I don't recall, so we're just gonna bring it up again. Now I remember neighborhood. No, it was Gossip in the City that had posted several months ago pictures of him out with women in the club and in sections and stuff. It definitely was shady, but a lot of people just assume him and Tiana had like an open relationship because they, they kind of interesting. They like to get down with the get down, or so they
Yeah,
said. But more recently, it was a picture of a girl wearing his chain. It was a picture of a girl in the bathroom with him. It was just it was to the point where it was starting to get a little sloppy. So Tiana felt the need to just kind of like speak up and be like, we've been separated, but that's still my bestie. Not too much. I'm not gonna put y'all in my business, but just so you know, that's what's going on. And I was, I don't idolize anybody relationship. Nobody has ever been my relationship goals, but I did feel like they had a really seemingly solid family unit. Who knows what really happened? Because as you mature in life, you learn that cheating is not the only reason why people can break up. There's so many other things. And I saw a lot of comments about people like, oh, well, if it wasn't cheating, because that's what she said, why won't y'all just work it out? And that just lets me know that you're either really young or you've never been in a serious relationship before,
for
because
sure.
it's so many different things like compatibility, especially when you spend that much time together. So much changes in 10 years or however many years they were together. Then you introduce kids, and then more than one kid, career changes. Sometimes people don't move beyond that stage where you met, and that's why it's really important not to rush into relationships or marriages. So who knows what it was? It could be anything, but it's unfortunate. Maybe they can bounce back like Nene and Greg did, and
Sorry
them
for the
Amalams in
sirens.
the background, right?
Sorry.
But it's okay. We could just act like they ain't there. But yeah, so that was, unfortunate. And then Jeezy filed for divorce from Jeannie Mai, which I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I didn't have much faith in that relationship to begin with.
It just was
Obviously,
so random. Like what?
it was random and it just was too much. And Jeezy, this is what I think we spoke on last episode. Jeezy to me has always been a very private person. Like he was also engaged previously, rumor has it, and he never posted about that. He had another kid. He didn't post about that. But Jeannie is obviously a very public person. And I just think that I don't know what happened, but I do think that could have played a part. I also seen her do I don't know if it was an interview or if it was one of her shows where she was saying that she has an anger problem, which is crazy because she doesn't seem like that kind of person, but I'm not surprised because people that have anger problems are very controlling. To me, she has controlling characteristics. Also, I'll never forgive her for saying she like her dark meat on the side. And also, I will never forgive her for divorcing her husband because he wanted a kid and she didn't, only for her to get with the illest rapper alive and have his baby, the dark meat on the side. So it's unfortunate, and Jeezy still somehow look past that. But sometimes you just start to see people for who you think they really are, and you marry them, and now look at her.
You sure
Is
do
right.
start to see people for who they really are over time. And I ain't get married, but listen,
The
everything
thing
ain't for
is,
everybody.
everything is not for everybody. And if you see a red flag, you gotta adhere to it. And I think that it's just really important to stay true to what you really want, because I think feelings will have you making excuses and exceptions only for you to look back after the breakup and wish you never did.
Yeah.
Now that's not, no slight to anybody in general, but that's just something I've learned over years in my life. I've been in relationships where it just was not, it was just boring, not doing anything. But I liked that he was a nice person.
I feel like I've only been in maybe 1 or 2 real relationships. And me looking back on it, I just wasn't mature enough to, because honestly, that was like my first time ever being with somebody like that. That actually liked me, we actually went on dates, we actually spent time with each other, like learned each other. It eventually didn't work out, and I can admit my fault at it, like I said, because I just wasn't used to that. I was so used to, I guess, like the high school sweetheart type of thing, like lovey-dovey, instead of an adult relationship. And so now that I'm older, I feel like my patience has gotten a lot better, because I don't really have a lot of patience. I'm the type of person where, like, I give up on things really easily, whether it's a relationship, whether it's like um whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's just something that I've noticed. And also I've noticed over time with this last little situationship that I had, that's what we're
Oh
gonna call it.
God. Oh God.
I've noticed that a lot of times I probably say stuff and don't follow through with it. And that's been a problem, because I've heard that before. I've heard that from
What do you mean by that? Like you'll make a promise and don't keep it, or?
I'll just genuinely forget about something. Like I'll say,
Mm,
"Oh, we can do this," and then we won't do it. Or if I say,
mm,
"Oh, we can go this place tomorrow," then tomorrow come, I'm tired. I don't want to go tomorrow.
dang.
Now I don't do
Okay.
that all the time,
But
but
sometimes one time is enough though for people to start saying they notice a pattern.
yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I can see how that is an issue, but I
Yeah.
think that that is also just a reaction from the person, because I try to keep, in this particular situation, I try to keep, like, I don't know. I try to keep it healthy, and I try to just have patience, because I understand that we both go through life and have such, problems. But I just don't think that mentally and just anywhere we wasn't in the same place. Like he just was
Yeah.
not in the same place mentally as I was. Like I'm trying to, like, build something together. I'm like, this rent is high out here. So if I'm being real, I'm trying to, like, we've been talking for like 14 months. Like, not saying that we need to move in tomorrow, but that's an option,
But like,
because
what's your long-term goal?
yeah, because now,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much. Like,
Yeah.
and people out here just seem to glorify certain things. And if I can be very transparent, I'm not really cool with, I ain't gonna say I'm not cool with it, because I allow people to be who they are. But when it comes to my personal relationship, I'm not really okay with the drugs. And that's
Yeah.
like really
I
big
mean,
out
we've talked
here.
about that so many times on the show, and I was wondering how hard it might be out there to even find somebody that feel the same way in LA, because it's
Yeah,
like
it's very hard.
drug
So I have
city.
to just, like, accept it and just realize that that's just a part of the culture out here. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like, even when I'm not judging somebody, I'm judging somebody. Like, in the back of my head, if you do something a certain way, or you move a certain way, or you're doing certain things, I'm gonna blame it on the drugs every time.
Like, did you just
And
bump your toe on the end of my bed? It's the powder.
you see what I'm saying? And so
That's trauma. You might need to get that.
I know, that's why I say it's not both. It's not just that person. It's definitely both of us, because I have definitely have a lot of healing to do. But
Yeah,
it did
that's
make me
understandable.
recognize a lot of things about myself that I need to work on. It made me realize that I'm not as outgoing as I was. Um, or outgoing as I thought I was actually. But also, I think I just need to be put in a room with people who have like similar interests or just speak the same language as me. I think that that is most important
Yeah.
because things get lost in translation, body language, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm able to read a lot of stuff, and sometimes I'm wrong about it. But I don't know.
Yeah, I
That
understand.
wasn't for
I mean,
me.
that's the difficult part about dating too, because first of all, when you meet somebody, the first thing you have is that physical attraction. And so it could be somebody out there. I don't want to really tell this person's story, but I'm gonna say this. Someone very close to me got married recently to someone that they would have never gave a second look to in life. Okay. And this person turned out to be extremely wealthy and the best thing that ever happened to them.
Really?
And I'm gonna tell you after we record how they met, but it's one of those things where they had to like be open minded and just be like, you know what, live a little. And now life is lit.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Please don't let me forget to tell you this story.
Oh, I won't.
But and let me not get sidetracked from my purpose there. I guess what I'm trying to say is I think that like you said before is you need to be in rooms and spaces with people that think like you so that could be so the compatibility can be there more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like you just need to I think that's most important because you can I don't know I never seen the person I don't think I've seen anybody you updated before besides that one person who actually did do powder um for
Wait,
from he from where G Herbo them from.
baby, that was not powder. That was something else that you like with a hot spoon.
Oh, okay. So, anywho, all I'm saying, I don't know if like I just like this is why I'm not a fan of apps and stuff because I feel like it's hard to really find substance because you're truly going off of attractiveness, like you know what I'm saying. So, anyway, all I'm saying is it's just important to just put yourself in environments that cultivate you and you only. And then I think that those it's like how you find friends. Like I feel like a lot of people probably are friends with other people because they couldn't date. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's like in that same environment, if y'all were compatible enough to be friends, maybe you just, I
we
don't know.
just
I don't
well,
know.
I don't know. I mean, I personally don't even think that we could be friends because we just don't even like the same stuff. You know, we were
Did you
only
know
doing.
that before getting into the relationship?
Yeah, but I didn't. The problem is that I don't have a problem with him liking different stuff or anybody. Like
Gotcha.
I don't
Hmm.
have an issue with that. I
Yeah,
actually embrace that because you're actually introducing me to other things.
I
But
agree.
if I do it a couple times and I realize that it's not for me, I'm gonna let you enjoy that with your friends.
And that should be okay.
That's exactly. But it wasn't. He took it as
Mm.
like, oh, if we're not gonna be doing stuff together like that, then what am I around you for?
Oh
And
wow.
and
I don't
yeah,
like that now.
and it came to I was like being transparent.
Hmm.
um he wasn't 100% comfortable with himself being gay, and that's where all the root of it come. I think that that had something to do with the stuff that he did and the way that he acted, because he would have like moments where he would have like extreme anger problems and then
Mm.
just act like nothing happened afterwards. And I'm the type of person, we need to talk about that because
Yeah.
we need to figure out what's going on with you, if it's something that I need to do to help you or if it's something that I can do to help you or what. You know what I'm saying? But he's not like that. He wasn't like that. It's just everything if I say I didn't want to do it, he take that as me being judgmental. And I'm like, what is
Mm.
the point of me going somewhere, spending money and not enjoying myself, looking crazy in this economy? If I'm not like, if you and your friends
Yeah.
enjoy that, then do that. But
Do it
that's
by
just
all
not
means.
me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when I suggest things like movies, TV shows, it's always whack or I don't like that, or it's okay for
Yeah,
you
and
to
that's
say
not
that.
fun because then you'll find yourself dimming down what you really care about to
And
appease
that's
them,
what
and that
happened.
does not benefit you. Yeah.
And that's
Mm.
literally what happened. I felt like every day I was just like pulling myself down or dumbing myself down, like down to the way like I dress, the way that I talk, who I hang around. And I promise you, the day that we stopped talking, I felt like I got out of jail.
Dang,
Like I
man.
just felt so free. Like I promise you, physically I felt weight just lifted off of my shoulders. That's how I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could never ever date that person or just talk to somebody like that ever again in life, because that was
It's
just, and when it was good, it was good. Now I'll
yeah.
say that, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't all the way bad.
But aren't all things good when they good? You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
really crazy what relationships will do to you mentally. It's like
yeah,
it really alters your thinking, and it really like will have you making exceptions or excuses for things that you definitely would not accept in any other, any other environment.
yeah. I felt like that definitely was me. But I think now
Hmm.
I'm focused on being single. I'm not looking to be in a relationship or dating anybody at the moment, just because I need to get my career stuff together.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out this stuff, so I ain't even got time to invest in that. So
Dang. Well,
I got other stuff that I want to do. Like I want to do obviously I'm doing my YouTube now. I want to start making like my reels again with my clothes. Like I want to start doing that type of stuff, and it just wasn't a comfortable space for me to do that around that person. So now I'm like, okay, I got
dang.
the juice to do it now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not that I'm glad it's over, but I'm glad that you had that realization. Like, if it's a good, like I do feel like with every relationship, you learn more and more and more about yourself. It's like, I feel
Yeah,
like it's really important. And this is something I wish I would have done in college instead of wanting to be in a relationship so bad. I do wish I just dated, because I think that all those interactions allow you to discover things about yourself and what you want. Because if you spend so long in one relationship, you really don't learn nothing until it's over.
yeah, and that's true. That's true. I mean, like I said, I just didn't even know a lot of that stuff about myself. Like I knew that obviously everybody not perfect, but
Yeah.
it really takes being in a intimate situation with somebody to really understand what you're doing. And sometimes people don't have that, because you can tell if somebody tells me something or that I'm doing to them. I'm not gonna say, "Oh no, I'm not. I don't do that." I'm gonna
Yeah,
at
it's
least,
like do some self-reflection and try to put yourself in their position and why they might feel that way. Yeah.
yeah. It just was no growth,
Life
and
is
it
complex, man.
really is.
I hate that, but it is life, yeah, I'm sorry. Well,
It's all good. I ain't
it
mad. I
like
ain't sad. I
mm,
wasn't sad about it. I wasn't mad.
it's just
Um,
one of those is what it is situations.
yeah.
Another thing I feel like I learned from these breakups is, it makes me glad that I just stopped being public about my relationships, because I feel like you almost gotta live up to the persona or the image that you put out there. And sometimes those words can come back to bite you in the behind. So just, keep people out your
Mm,
business. Obviously, when
mm,
you famous, it's hard to avoid that. But I'm just saying in general, like nobody should be like, oh, like Tamar and her fiance broke up, and I actually did not like him at all. But when I watched the show, I'm like, well, maybe he definitely was giving like clout chaser to me, but they seem to have a genuine connection. But if they didn't put that image out, I could still feel bad that they broke up, but I would never be like, oh, they look so happy, because pictures do not, like, literally. Somebody gave me this analogy recently about, like, she was at the beach and she saw this family taking family photos, and every other picture the child wasn't looking, the child was crying, yada yada yada. Then they finally got that one picture where everybody was looking and everybody was smiling, and that's the picture that went on the internet. But nobody gets to see like the chaos that went into finally getting that one photo.
for
So
sure.
so you cannot put too much, you can't invest too much in the image that people put out there. And that's why I really try my best to not, I don't romanticize things. I don't want people to even think I have this glamorous life, or, and not that people look to me for that, but I don't even want to be a person that's participating in creating that kind of manipulation. But
Speaking of glamorous life, you probably need to go ahead and get into that topic, because that's giving.
yes, you're right. Okay, yeah, because I can talk about learn. All right. Okay, y'all. So there was this video. Basically, Jay-Z went on to Kevin Hart's show, right? And this little clip had the Twitter girls in a tizzy all early this morning, okay? And I usually don't join in on the topics and the think pieces, but this one's very near and dear to my heart. As y'all know, I hate when people ask me for money, okay? I do.
Same.
And since the last episode, maybe 5 people that have asked me for money. I'm gonna be honest. One of them people I gave
Mm,
it to, they gave my money back. The other one, Nathaniel. Nah. Not a goddamn thing, okay? And this particular person I made an exception for because of the circumstance
yeah.
and because they paid me back in the past. But I usually do not fold on giving people money. period. I don't care if I'm a billionaire. Speaking of billionaire. So long story short, Jay-Z was saying that when you start being successful or you start making money, your conversations are different. You are just, things change. Whether people want to acknowledge it or not, things change, especially when people know you're getting money. When they know you have money, know you have success, and know you have these nice things. Now, let me make sure I go over all my talking points that I have in this video. He basically used an example of, like, you're hanging around with your family, but at the Thanksgiving table, your cousin asks you for $4,800 so he can flip it and make $2 million. Now, as we all know, it's not that simple. It's literally not that simple. Now, Jay-Z might have made you think it was that simple because he made it, but Jay-Z did a whole lot of things that he probably shouldn't have done to get to where he's at. And even beyond that, he worked very hard off a natural born skill. He had to go through a lot of disagreements with people he didn't like. He probably got into a lot of arguments, a lot of negotiation, a lot of losses that we actually did not get to see. But because this is your cousin, you probably be like, oh yeah, that's just Sean. Sean got me. Sean, all Sean did was rap. I can rap. So anyway, he was just saying, like, to that cousin, it's not that simple. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? If I give you $4,800, you're not going to turn it into $4 million, $2 million.
Yeah.
You're just not. But people were basically saying, like, they can't believe a billionaire is being selfish with $4,800 and yada, 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 yada. And my favorite thing to say about those type of talking points, when I go to work, when my business pays me, it is to me. So whatever I earn from my own efforts is literally my money. Yes, I think it's the nice thing to do for Jay-Z to help his cousin out. But let me tell you this, and this is from my own experience. Since I was 17, since I was earning money, people have been asking me for money. I have been responsible for so many different things when I shouldn't have been. And I've had the guilt put on me to make sure so that people could benefit from that money that I have. And I have lost a lot of money helping people out. And I mean, there's actually a person to this day who will still bring up the fact that she owe me $7 more. You think I don't want my $7? I swear to God. I swear to God. She'll even be like, happy birthday, $7. Not kidding. Not kidding. All right, this is what I'm going to say. Usually, the people that ask you for money are friends and family, right?
Yeah.
Now, we know firsthand our friends and family. We see how they react, how they are, how their behaviors are, how they handle money, how irresponsible they are, any habits that they have, any poor decision making, anything in general, right? So when specific people ask you for money, especially the one that is always getting themselves into some mess, you don't feel inclined to give them money because you know this is just going to contribute to those behaviors that they've had before. Now, it's different when you have somebody that you've genuinely seen fall on a bad situation and they normally are good for it. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is you kind of got to use your best judgment, because a person that owes me money right now has never had a consistent stream of income ever in life, ever in life. And that's my fault for even having that vulnerability to give them this money. Always losing a job, always getting locked up, making babies, doing all kinds of stuff. But this person has never really come to me for money, or if they did, it's been a really long time and I got that money back. So when I let this person have this money, I was supposed to get it the next morning. The next morning came, where my money at? Oh, I got you. I'm just waiting on it. Okay, I'm gonna give a couple days. Where my money? You on Instagram making money flags, money fans. You stand in money circles. You know what I'm saying? Where is my money? So what I'm saying
now, I need you to
now,
go in your pile, and I need you to give me that back.
you get what I'm saying? And then this same person, if I would have said no to them asking for this money, which wasn't even like, it was $130 if we being honest, which is a lot of money that could help somebody right now. But I'm just saying, in contrast, I mean, in comparison to whatever, it's not like, to me, it's not a whole lot, but it's enough for me to be pissed off about. But if I would have said no, I would have got cussed out. I would have been called selfish. I would have been called, oh, it's nothing. I had somebody tell me, look at the car you drive, man. All I need is $40. Dang, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? All you need is $40. Go get it somewhere. Go get it for your job. So all I'm saying is it's not just giving somebody in your family $4,800. It's the principle. It's in general. And if Jay-Z gave his family money every time they asked for it just because he got it, all they're gonna do is, it doesn't end. It does not end. It keeps happening. It keeps coming. And you tell a grown person, no, they throwing tantrums. Now you shady. Now you forgot where you came from. Now you gotta watch your back, because they might try to get you killed. If we being honest, my cousin actually tweeted. He was like, $4,800. You might be funding. You might get caught up in a RICO. If we being honest,
seriously, you just never know what people be doing.
You get what I'm saying? And it's not my responsibility to give anybody any of my money. It is the nice thing to do. Yes, it is. But it's so much bigger than that. It's not about how much money he got. And then even though he's a billionaire, it doesn't mean that he has $1 billion and it's not sitting around. And something I've said several times in this show is when people make more money, they have greater responsibilities. Now you want a nicer house. Now you want a nicer job. I'm sorry, nicer job, a nicer car. Now you got a staff now. Your money is in so many different places. And if you gave money to every person that asked for it just because y'all got a good relationship, then how in the world are you going to continue to create those efforts and that legacy that you want to create for your own family? Like, okay, so I was having this conversation with someone about, like, growing up in the hood, obviously a lot of us struggle, and people like you and myself, well, obviously y'all wasn't on Section 8 and all that, so I don't know if you're the right person to have this conversation with, but
My
okay,
sister was, so I could.
okay, we're good. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Okay, so a lot of times people grow up poor, right? And one of those kids, maybe the oldest, whoever, they somehow break the curse for themselves and they find some stability. So now they're generating income, but now their mother or their father or their sibling or whoever was in that household with them, they need help. And they need help because you came up in this same environment with them. So now you have this responsibility and this guilt to help them, which then takes money out of your pocket and delays the process for you to be able to continue to build stability for yourself. So now you're faced with the decision or whether you want to be selfish and say forget them because they got the same 24 hours, or you help them and now you're stuck in the same boat because your money is now their money. And I have actually been in a situation before where I had to determine what was more important. Like, if I continue to give this person who needs help, yes, it might help them, but now I'm them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not, and it's not that simple to just make more money. You know what I'm saying? Which we understand, which is why a lot of people are in poverty. But when I do get a chance to make more money, how do I achieve this generational wealth that we talk about if all my money is going into this particular predicament? Like, if I would have given the money to all the people that needed my money at the time, I would have never been able to move out. I would have never been able to get myself on my feet. And I'm proud of myself and I'm glad of those things. And I would prefer to have done that than to have been able to be stuck in that position. I'm just being honest because it just creates a cycle. Now, who to say I don't end up with a kid? Now I got even less money. Instead of that head start I could have given myself if I would have been able to keep my money to myself. Now, it's such thing as being selfish, but I think you also just have to have good judgment and be realistic. But I'm nobody's billionaire. So I can't speak for Jay-Z, but the statement that he made very much resonated with me because my entire adult life, I have been asked for money from people that are very important to me and people that have continued to circle the block and ask for more and more and more and more money and never have any intentions on paying back until I legit said no. And now I'm a B word. I'm disrespectful. I'm greedy. I'm selfish.
Yeah, why
I'm
is that?
It's because
That's
they
the part that
upset.
I don't like.
I think it's embarrassment and entitlement. And honestly, because you ever been with some now, have you ever, I don't know about you, but there are people that I'm related to that every single conversation has been about money. And to me, that's the reason why when people make money, they move far away. They start showing up less. They don't come to all the holiday events. They allow the fact that they move so far away be the reason why you don't see them as much. But you kind of got to create your own peace, your own bubble. Because it's like, I don't want to keep dealing with that. Now I'm not even your favorite niece no more. Now I'm like, hey, baby girl. Or have you ever been around somebody and you looking like you got that ish on and somebody sizes you up from the corner of your eye? You be like, oh, here it
You
come.
can't even enjoy your own stuff because
You get
people
what I'm
be
saying?
thinking like, oh, this, and that. Now,
They start sizing you up.
you don't know you don't even know if this was a gift. You don't know if this was on sale. You don't know if the brand gave
It
it
might
to
be
you.
fake. It could be fake.
It could be fake. It ain't, but it could be.
Yeah.
But I don't like that. And I didn't watch the interview. I did see the little clip or whatever, Jay-Z, but I do one part did stick out when he was saying like he go home for the holidays and stuff. He's going to like decompress. He's coming home to see his family. This is supposed to be a time where he's like spreading love and just seeing his people who he only sees during these times, spending time. And it makes it an uncomfortable situation when it's like, oh, like I have a cousin that does that. No shade, no shade. I don't let nobody cut my hair besides the barber that I use. You know what I'm saying? Like even before this barber, like I said, I used that last barber for like 8 years. I don't let people touch my hair. So he went to prison, got out of prison, and I guess he went to barber school while he was in there. So he got out and he started cutting hair. So he was cutting his son's hair, cutting my little cousin's hair and stuff. That made me get mad because I'm not letting him cut my hair. You will not ever cut my hair. it don't add up. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not to say that you're not
So
talented.
why did he want to cut your hair so bad? It's because he wanted you to pay him, or he wanted you to put him on with your clients? Probably
The
both.
second part. The second part, he didn't necessarily want no money from me, but he definitely wanted to put me on. I mean, wanted me to like help him get more clients and stuff like that. But also, I don't refer people who don't have a professional business. Nobody's coming to
You
get their haircut
shouldn't.
at my aunt's living room.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even want that. That's too personal. If you're not working in a shop, like, it's just a certain way of how you do things that I'm used to, and I'm not, you know. But of course, I'm looked at as fake or too bougie or Hollywood,
Yeah.
or
Oh, that
you
bougie.
think you better than everybody, and it's just like, damn, I have my problems too. How you know that just because I'm making this type of money that I don't have previous debt that
But the
that
thing
I'm
is,
paying off?
you know why? Because based on the predicament that they're in, whatever money you got will help them so much that there's no way that they can have the money you have and not have money left over. But it's all a mentality. Because I was like, when I think about when I was living in the hood, if I was making the money I make today, it would have changed so much for me. But like I said before, my first thing would be to move out the hood. And how much you think that costs? Now I need a car because I can't be riding Marta. The Marta don't come out here. So now that's taking away even more money. So it doesn't make sense because they haven't gotten there yet. So it's so easy to say that what you would do when you get to that point in life and how you, it's because you are speaking from the position of the cousin that need $4,800. I mean, I'm just saying.
Also, it's like, why would I give you this amount of money when I've watched you mismanage your own money that you made?
Exactly. And $4,800
I
is
sit
a
here and watch you
lot
buy
of
all this.
money.
I sit here and watch you buy all this weed, going out to the club, spending all your money on bottle service or getting drinks, doing this and that, buying clothes and shoes. But then when it come down to stuff that you need, you're not doing that. Or if it's somebody that's doing that, all that stuff, and they're still living at home.
No,
Now,
literally, or you give them the money and they doing that. And it's like, well, did you pay the light bill?
no,
Like
I
what?
just still do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that either. I hate that. I hate
Yeah,
it.
and I just think it's crazy I mean, I think if people want to help their family, please do that. But please keep in mind that the habits, it's just like raising a kid. I mean, obviously I don't have any experience raising a child, but I know I've seen parents who have like given their children habits so they can earn certain things, right? But if you every time the child asks for something and you give it to them, they're never going to learn the value of earning something. And so it's like, all right, the first time you say no, now they throwing a tantrum because you give it to them every
Yeah,
time they ask for it. So I'm just, and I mean, grown folks the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's like you giving people participation prizes. So when you don't finally give them that participation prize for them participating, they're like, dang, what, you hate me?
right. Also, another thing that people be doing that this is not necessarily asking for money, but because I have a large platform, people always ask me to like post their stuff, right? And I have no problem with doing that. I post a lot of stuff on my own will. Like, a lot of people don't even ask me that, but like I said, it has to be of quality. If you just starting out and I'm
You want
not
a
going to be
fast pass
posting
to the
that on my
top?
thing.
You want a
You
fast
have
pass
to
to the
figure.
top?
Like, I think I'm so glad that I started doing makeup when I did, because literally Sabrina used to make us, like, if we didn't have clients, she would give us a stack of flyers and make us walk the streets until we come back with a client.
Hey,
So it
I ain't
made us
mad.
interact with people.
You've earned them clients. You got it out the mud. It built character. But
Exactly.
now people can go viral, and I ain't hating on it, but I'm just saying overnight success, and now they can't even maintain it because they ain't even. I think who was that? I think it might have been Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. I don't. I hope I'm not misquoting, but I feel like he was talking about, or maybe it was another news article. They were talking about startup companies that don't tend to last when they get a lot of money up front, because they got so much money to just solve all the problems they have right there. But because they didn't really grow from the bottom up like a lot of companies do, they don't last because they don't know how to sustain it because they got this instant success.
Yeah, you got to be very consistent. You have to do things that's going to help your business. I would rather you just ask me some questions about how I did what I did.
I agree.
I didn't
I
buy no followers.
agree.
I didn't buy no followers. I literally, if I seen somebody that had a large platform, I will offer my service for free. I will offer my service discounted, and that turned into paying clients
But
over
that won't help
time,
the issue right now, which their behaviors and habits led to
which
them.
I get.
Now, you
But
know what
stuff
pissed
like
me
that takes
off?
time.
You know what
What?
pissed me off? They asked for $4,800 and it be so they can join Prime America or Wake Up Now. or something like one of them pyramid schemes.
Let me tell you something. The girls love a pyramid scheme.
They
If
really
I'm
be
asking for
selling you. That's why they think
$4,800,
it's.
it's because I'm trying to join the union so I can get better paying. Like,
So that's what
no.
I'm saying, man. And I just feel like I know so many people that get by from just begging, 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 begging. And sure, it works, but to what extent? It works for right then and right there. But are you not proud? Don't you want to be proud of yourself for doing more?
No. And
Like,
this is another issue that I was having with this person too. Um, the last person I was dating. Um, instant gratification, instant success.
mm-hmm.
If you are coming out of a situation, or if you're coming out of a job and you have to start a new whatever, you're not gonna have money up front. That don't mean hit up them people on Instagram who doing BOA tap ins. Like, why would you do that?
Oh,
Why would you do that? So
that's
now
too
you're gonna
good to
mess
be
up your
true. So
bank
why
account
would you
for
think?
now you're gonna mess up your
Yes.
bank account for $3,500,
Nah,
which
they don't
ain't no
did that.
money. You know, in
Yep.
LA, it's not no money. You're
Oh,
gonna
but did they
spend that
get the
in one
money?
day. Huh?
Did they get the money?
Yeah.
Oh my
But it's just like,
goodness.
you know what I'm saying? It's just
Desperate
certain
times, man. When you desperate, you will do anything and you don't care what it looks like. But this is why, and I know everybody doesn't think like this, but I know I have always been extremely intentional about everything I did starting at a teenager. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is the kind of life I want. So let me start doing. I know everybody don't think like that, which is fine. I get it. But it ties into that instant gratification because now you get this opportunity to work at this job, but it's not paying what you want and you're not at the level that you want. But if you would have been doing it intentionally a long time ago, then you would be there. Now I know that won't happen to everybody, but I'm just saying because now you're in a position where you're desperate and you're willing to do anything. Like, dang, that's
for
crazy.
sure. Yeah. And I don't like that. I would rather somebody that will sit down, take a plan. I'm here. I'm like, you know what? You don't like sitting in the house. I don't like sitting in the house. Let's just get our computers, go to a coffee shop somewhere. Like this can be a thing for us. We could literally visit different coffee shops. I can work on what I'm working on. Look for, you know what I'm saying? Find me other stuff. And you also can do the same thing.
That's why
We
I
have
posted
so
that
many.
video on my stories. He said, "Oh, you chasing your dreams? What you do today? What you doing tomorrow?"
And so like I try to keep myself productive. Like even like I'm always doing something because
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not, I can sleep for 24 hours. That's
Yeah.
just who I am as a person.
Yeah.
I can lay down and sleep all day. So I won't do that. When I open my eyes, I get up, I start cleaning up. I start straightening up the living room. I start vacuuming, washing dishes, sweeping, cleaning the bathroom. This is at 7 a.m. Putting up my clothes, stuff like that. I just create routines, sorting out my laundry, just so I can be maximizing the use of my time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I have a job, like if I have a video, if I have a long job, I like to rest before that. So I won't do nothing for real. I'll probably still clean up the house, but I'll rest before then. But if it's my off day, like today, I didn't do anything. I mean, I have work, but I cleaned up the house. I cleaned up the house. I literally organized under my sink in the kitchen. I mopped the whole kitchen or mopped the whole house, cleaned the bathroom. Like I tried to make myself productive so I won't be just looking or feeling lazy. And I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people don't do that. And I've been called that. I've been called lazy by this person. I've been called insecure by this person.
Lazy. You think they
I've
were
been called
deflecting?
they're very much deflecting.
Okay.
At the end of the day, a person that cannot say out loud that they're gay, but they've been dating men for 10 years and men only for 10 years, not even trans women, uh, I don't think that sounds like I'm the insecure person. If anything, you're the one. You know what I'm
Hazel, where's the
saying?
ball?
So I
Yes,
don't
no,
know.
I agree. Hey man, and it's like when you sit down and think about it, it's so many people that are just terrible. It's like, what are you supposed to do? Like,
And I hate that because I'm the type of person where I feel everything. So when people tell me stuff about myself, I don't just brush it off. I literally be thinking like, damn, am I insecure for real? Like I need, it just make you second
yeah,
guess yourself, and good and god darn well. Like I was talking to my friend yesterday about this same thing. My friend said the nerve of somebody to call you insecure and you be wearing 6-inch heels down in down the street.
but you know what's crazy? That type of like treating you like that can make you become insecure because now you
It
starting to
did.
question. Yeah,
It
yeah.
did. It made me question myself. It made me question things that he was doing. it was just so much. He calling me lazy, saying I'm lazy for not doing certain stuff. But it's like, what am I hopping up to do? Go
Yeah.
to the club or go to, like, I don't want to do that. Like, LA culture is parties. Everybody have a party. That's why Kanye made that song "No More Parties in LA." That's the culture. It's a party or something going on every night. The thing about it is they're not all bad. Some of them, I meet so many different people, but it'd be like a chill situation. It's not like a club where people are just going twerking on their head and whatever. That's what he wants. And since I'm
Yeah,
not
it
in that space,
just
I moved from Atlanta from that because that was all that we
yeah.
have there.
And it
That's all that
becomes
we
it's
have
just a
there.
lot.
So out here, I'm able to go to like little parties at art museums and meet different artists and people to work with, like photographers, hairstylists, people that do music videos, producers. I can go to a pool party at Soul House, same situation. But since I'm not going to the after hours, first of all, I don't do drugs. So the after hours is for people that do, and it's no shade. It is what it is. After hours is for people that do drugs.
Yeah, I get it.
These people
So
go
it's
there to
like,
do drugs. It's like I'm not a part of that, and I'm not judging for that because everybody do their own thing. But just respect the fact that that's not my scene, and I don't like
yeah,
it, and
yeah.
I'm not gonna engage in it. That shouldn't hurt your feelings.
Yeah, it's just is what it is. Yeah, I agree. Like I feel like people's differences should complement each other versus, clash. I
I
just
agree.
it just sucks. I just, I don't know, man. Godspeed for all of us, honestly, truly.
People
It's
should
it's the
like. I
trenches
like.
out here.
I always say opposites attract, but honestly, I need to be
No, I don't
very, very.
believe in it.
I do. I do. Only because in my world, I'm so used to what I'm used to. Like I don't try new stuff all the time, and
Yeah.
this is what YouTube is helping me with because it's forcing me to go to places that I wanted to try, or never things that I've never done because I have to shoot content. But if I'm not doing that, if I'm dealing with somebody who's outgoing like that, that helps me. Now I'm
Okay, so opposites in that aspect, but not all over opposites. Like some
yeah, no,
things
no,
gotta
no,
be
no.
similar. Okay.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like even like our job style, like I'm a makeup artist. If I date like a nurse, we obviously have two different lives, but I can learn something from you. You could
Both of
benefit from
y'all
me.
saving lives.
You know what I'm saying? That's the opposites I'm talking about. I just need to, but I also realize that I need to be intentional about everything. I think I'm just too like, um, I'm just gonna accept what like you're giving me this. I'm just gonna accept it. That's a nice gesture. I
Mm-mm.
gotta whatever.
Set
No,
boundaries, find peace.
yeah, and I need to be intentional. If I know that I don't want to date nobody that does these, I need to say that up front.
Yeah. No, I
Make it
feel you.
known. I've been toggling with the idea of kids, right? But I haven't even owned a pet of my own. Like as a kid, I've had cats, dogs, birds, all that, but they were my mom's pets. Like it was all of us taking care of her. So I think that's going to be the first step
Yeah, I
because
definitely think you should because there's a lot of, on the contrary to popular belief, there's a lot of sacrifice with having pets for sure.
I just don't want to have a pet while I'm living in this apartment. So that's making me feel like I just need to move. The reason why is because I live so far up in my building and the elevators are always breaking. So I'll be having to walk down 11 flights of stairs
Mm,
sometimes. So me trying to go take my dog to pee, they're going to pee in the stairwell.
sure will, but I used to have Hazel on the schedule for a long time, but after a while, she just got to adapt to the schedule. Now, would you ever rent a house? Have you thought about that? Or is
Yeah,
it more expensive out there?
it's very expensive, but
Okay.
I've also been toying around with the idea of moving outside of the city.
Okay.
Now, I've always been against it because, like, right now, I have a client that lives in Newport Beach, and Newport Beach is about an hour with no traffic from
Mm.
my apartment, and that's south, right? But with traffic, it takes like hour 30 minutes. I think I was on the phone with you one time, and it was taking me 2 hours to get there.
I do remember they kept recalculating.
It kept going back, yeah. So imagine if I'm moving to the valley, which is 35 minutes with no traffic. Like if I'm moving to Woodland Hills, that's like 35, 40 minutes without traffic. So that's doubling the time if she booked me. Like I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
drive almost 100 miles just to get there. And
Or I mean, well, I know that the climate is different out there, but you might have to just be like, so you're gonna have to find somebody else.
You know what's so crazy? That always happens to her. All her people,
Mm.
all her hairstylists, her makeup
So that
artists, they just
means eventually she's gonna move, right? And convince everybody.
well, she is a football wife. I don't think that her husband will move just because her glam team is far. She just need
Okay,
to
got
find.
it.
He gonna be
Got
like, you
it.
need to find somebody in Orange County.
Or tip real good so they can justify the visit.
Yeah, and that be the thing too. But if I move to the valley or move out of the city, it's definitely going to be cheaper. It's going to be way cheaper. Now I just love this space just because how big it is, and I can
Yeah,
do
you got
so
a
much.
nice place.
And I haven't. I felt like I haven't like maximized my space and really enjoyed it to the fullest. So that's why I'm like I don't want to leave it. But if I do want to get a pet, because I do be kind of lonely, I'm here by myself. I don't really. I have friends here, but I don't really hang out like that just because it's so expensive. Like if I know that I'm short
Yeah.
on money, and that was another
Outside costs too much.
I can't, and that was the number one thing right there: irresponsibility. Okay,
Yeah.
I cannot even when it comes to friends, like I can't even be friends with people who are irresponsible, especially when it comes to
Me
money.
either. Me either. It started
Because
pissing me off because I'm like, yeah. I actually seen a tweet.
how are you just telling me that you're broke or you know you waiting to get paid, blah blah blah, but you trying to eat at Catch?
I
The
know
plate
exactly
at
what you
Catch is a
mean.
minimum $80. Wow, that's
Yeah.
groceries. You can go to
Yeah.
the store and buy that.
Let me tell you.
So I don't know. I don't like that.
No, me either. I remember seeing a tweet on Twitter, and we can wrap after this. I saw a tweet on Twitter of this girl saying that she stopped being friends with a girl because she was cheating on her boyfriend. People were saying that she need to mind her business. But I feel like I'm one of those people that care about the quality of humans around me. Like I don't like somebody that's a compulsive liar because I'm not a compulsive liar. I don't want to hang around a thief. Sorry, Draco. Back in the day, I was still your friend. I was still your friend, but I ain't like it. I ain't like it. But it was different. Times was different.
Oh,
I
trust
don't.
me. This is probably when you still cussed. I definitely got cussed out one time because we went to the mall and I took something while we was at the mall and
Yeah,
you
you
ain't
did
know.
used to do it often. I could have got arrested by theft by accessory,
Now
but
me looking back on that, it was dumb. I wouldn't.
it was definitely
I'm sorry.
dumb. Yep, it was dumb, and I want you to feel guilty about it, Urban
I
Outfitters.
don't because I don't
But
do it no more. Ask me the last time I stole.
if Urban Outfitters ever filed for bankruptcy, they had the last straw from the people like you. But
Okay,
anyways,
if they going for go through bankruptcy after 12 years of after the fact, then that's on them. Because y'all had 12 years to recuperate, so I don't got nothing to
for
do with
them
that.
glasses, was it worth it? No. But yeah, it's certain things that pisses me off because in my mind, it's not a responsible decision. And a lot of times people decision making absolutely trickles down into their friendships. People be end up in messed up situations because of something a friend did. So to me,
Mm-hmm.
because of my morals and not to like I'm holier than thou, but there are certain things that I don't do because of my morals, and it's hard for me to watch someone else do it, especially seeing the predicament that it puts them in. So yes, I can't be friends with you because, and even if I can still be friendly with you, but we can't be that close because it's gonna bother me. I'm not gonna lie. Because there are people who
You
constantly.
cheating on your boyfriend, right? And we go to the club, and the girl who the or the person who dates the person, like say for
Ooh,
instance, if you got a boyfriend, you're cheating on him with another person, and then y'all at the club running to each other, and there's drama. Now I got to fight. Why I got to
listen,
fight? Because you messy.
and I'm speaking from real life experiences because I'm still blocked by several dudes from a couple of friends that put me into their lie. And the dude think I'm some kind of compliant accessory. I even see text messages where they telling her that I'm not a good friend. Whole time I'm a better friend than she is to me. So I'm like, I can't be friends with these kind of people because it's just too much. I'm not a cheater. I'm not a liar. I don't get involved in this kind of stuff. So it's best that I surround myself with people. And if they do those things, don't get me involved with it. Don't be sloppy with it. Like I don't want to know. Just keep me out of it.
Yeah,
Because I
I
know a
don't
lot
have
of
time
people
for
are
that.
cheaters. So I mean, I'm being unrealistic to think that people not. But some people just cheat to just be cheating to have fun, not because they down and out, slipped up. No, they cheating because they want extra cheese on their burrito.
Okay,
Okay,
you
sorry.
know
All right, all
what?
right. Anyways, well, yeah, I just want people. Honestly, I say this all the time. I want all my people to thrive. I love to help people, give them insight and information, but you gotta help yourself. And we are absolutely at that age where you should be doing a lot better than you are. And now, obviously, things happen. People have gotten laid off from their jobs. Inflation has happened. But that is completely different from having consistent behaviors and habits that are not conducive to stability. Because
Mm.
I could lose my job and I absolutely could be down and out. I own multiple houses. If somebody don't pay their rent, I gotta pay the mortgage on this house that they would have been paying on my behalf. You know what I'm saying? So I totally understand those things. I'm not exempt from being on hard times. But I also have always been really responsible and made good choices. So if I did ask somebody for some money, God forbid, because I ain't never did it yet, I think that they know enough about me to be like, nah, I know something got to be wrong if this happened. And I'm the type of person, I return an ink pen. So you gonna get your money back. You gonna get your money back around
Yeah.
these parts. And I will take a cash advance from a credit card before I ask somebody for money. That's a fact.
I'm the same way. Honestly, I haven't been a responsible person pretty much ever. You know what I'm saying? Earlier on,
I'm
but
about to
I
stop
know
being your
that.
friend.
No, I'm saying like in my
Cause
younger days, but I haven't been responsible back then. But me knowing that and recognizing that about myself, I'm doing everything it is in my will to correct that about myself because I don't like that. And so now that I'm being more responsible, I don't like being around that. I can't date nobody irresponsible. I can't date
you must
nobody
only
that.
be irresponsible in LA because I don't recall no instant. You see how you ain't
No,
involved
I'm
me in your
saying no, no, no,
irresponsibility?
no, 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 no. I'm not saying I'm irresponsible. Well, I do kind of, but I'm not saying I'm irresponsible right now. I'm
But
saying
I'm saying in
before,
general,
earlier
look at
on.
how long we known each other. I'm saying you have not involved me in your irresponsibility. That's how it
Oh yeah,
should
no, no,
be.
no. Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
I never would do that. I would never do nothing
But
like that.
people be so all over the place, and it just I can't deal with. I can't deal with chaos. It's just not for me.
Yeah, me
This
either.
whole
I don't
time we've been
operate well
recording, I've
like
been
that.
throwing a toy with my right arm to keep Hazel behind busy, but she just does not get tired.
Child, I
She
am
like Kevin
sending text
Gates.
messages reminding people to pay me. I'm checking emails and sending people to podcasts all at the same time
Woo,
and recording a
child.
new
Not just
episode of
sending a
podcast.
podcast. Oh, all
Mm.
right, well, let's wrap this thing up. You know, at the end of the day, if people you do make the choices you want to make, but don't be surprised when you get the results that you get. That's really and nobody's perfect, obviously, and everybody ain't gonna be rich. Everybody don't strive to be rich, but please, please, please create the life that you would be proud of. And you proud of begging, by all means, beg, but don't beg me.
Be who you are for your
And
pride.
to my brother that owe me $130, yeah, you know who you are.
Alicia,
Well,
you know what? I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm out of it.
he
Well,
does. He
okay.
does. Okay, I was grieving. Emotions was high. So I made an exception and I'll never make it again. All right. Anyway, let's wrap this up. So what you got coming up?
This week, I have work Friday. I'm just recording. I'm editing some videos. I have so much content, so much
Yay.
content that I need to just not record no more and edit
No,
all
keep
this that I
recording
got.
because one day you won't be able to record and you can still have content to put out.
The problem is, well, that's true. The problem is that um my memory cards are getting full and I have to dump them. I was waiting on my little thumb drive to come, and it's taking so long for all that stuff to transfer, so I can't dump my
It takes a
memory
very
card as
long
fast.
time, yeah. Do you have a
Also,
MacBook?
yeah.
You can do a backup of your MacBook and it'll have all your stuff on it. That'll probably be a lot quicker than drag and drop. Now drag and drop is easier and to me a little bit better, but I'm just saying if you want to save
What
time.
you mean
Also,
backup?
you can do like how you do iCloud backup, you can do MacBook. It's called Time Machine. But it's a backup of everything on your computer at that moment. But this might not be applicable in your particular situation because you're saving in specific files.
Yeah, and it's
And if
on something. It's like the files is on my memory, my
oh,
SD
gotcha,
card,
gotcha,
and then
gotcha.
I'm dragging and dropping it to
You
to
should
the thing.
do you have an external hard drive?
I have a 1 TB thumb drive,
So that's
flash
probably
drive.
why it's moving slow because thumb drives have okay, let me just get a little geeky for you on a second for a second. If you get an external hard drive, which is usually the size of a phone, they have memory processing, which allows it to transfer files very quickly. With a thumb drive, that's meant for very simple files, documents, things like that, sometimes images. When you're dealing with large files, that's the reason why a lot of creatives and photographers have those brick-looking devices, is because they can transfer bulky files extremely quickly, like in seconds. So I think that you should invest in one of those, because that thumb drive is not gonna get you what you're looking for.
It's currently
It's probably
satellites in my
cheaper,
name.
and I get it, but you can spend $40 on an external hard drive for the terabyte, probably even cheaper these days, and you can drag and drop seconds. I'm not even joking. It'll be transferred over.
Also, I formatted one of my cards because I had got all the stuff off of it and it still wasn't on memory. And I think that I deleted every single video that I've ever recorded on my GoPro. And I had videos from Italy on there. Like so much footage.
I'll never hit them format buttons. I'm scared of it. I'm sorry.
But I think that was before because I couldn't find it for a minute. However, I know who does have it, because at the time he had a hard drive because he's a engineer. So he put all my videos on there and was like, I'll just hold it on here. But I'm not talking to him. I blocked him.
I'm about to say, how you gonna get it back?
I'm not getting it back.
You're gonna sell the TMZ. Whatever. But yes, please invest in an external hard drive. It's gonna change the game. I've had the same one since like 2014, and it has everything on it.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm working on that, just doing content. I'll probably get a haircut on Wednesday. Yesterday I went to this little virtual reality thing with Flo and we vlogged it. That was so fun. So we were in the Squid Games for like 30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes.
It's long. Yeah, we was on it. We literally, like, after each game, we would go back to the bunks, like how Squid Games was, and we would be in there. It would be all the people around us and the people. It was crazy. That was so crazy. And I sweated so bad. Like, I had sweat in my eyes.
Like your life was on the line for real.
No. It was so the part where you I don't know if you remember Squid Games, but remember when they had to walk across that glass bridge and you had to figure out
which ones. Yep.
I really was in there screaming because it felt like I was falling.
Oh, that's crazy. That's kind of fun.
Like, I'm trying to walk across the bridge and I'm literally scared because it feels like I'm like getting on the glass. It was crazy. That was a 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10.
Come on,
I would definitely be doing that, and it's only $50. I'm doing it again.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna try to go like once a month because they switch it up. They'll have like this month is Squid Games. They'll have like another one next month, or they have multiple. I'm gonna just go do it again. But it's just so freaking far. It was in Woodland Hills. It took an hour to get there.
Child, I don't know what that means. That's in Buckhead.
It's in Duluth.
Oh no, we ain't doing. Well, I got a Peach Pass now. We can get a Peach Pass line. But next week I will be out of town for work, so we may not be able to record next week. Just a heads up. Yep, just like how you do me. So payback. Now the listeners gotta suffer. Except I ain't going nowhere exciting.
But anyway. You going on a work trip?
Same place every time. But yep. I'm happy to get on the plane, though. At least I get to travel, child. I ain't get to go to South Africa. Anyways, all right, let's wrap this thing up so I can tell you about the story I was trying to tell you about earlier. All right, y'all. Holla at your girl.
Holla at your twirl.
And your whirl, and your pearl, and your curl, and your earl, and your swirl.
Yeah. All that.